and I've muted you all so that you can ask your questions later on if you have. Mostly I'll be covering the sessions in such a way that you don't see it's an interview question and answer, but I will try to cover some questions of yours. So good morning, good afternoon, everyone, good evenings. Some are in India, some are in US. So guys, this is Vidit, and I am basically working as an F5 trainer in this company, and I've certified in LTM plus GTM plus ASM, and I'll be trying to cover the content in such a way that you can crack any interview, and that is a 100% job guarantee program which I have taken as an initiative and which has been taken by Skilled Inspirational Academy. So they have given me this task so that it can help you, and here I'll be covering questions plus answers also. And this training or this webinars will get uploaded in our video application, which is called Skilled Inspirational Academy. It will not get uploaded in YouTube channel. So you need to download our app, and link will be getting shared by my team members on the chat after some time. So this is the strategy or the path which I have cracked from my last 15 years experience. This is the path which you need to follow if you need to become expert in F5. And this I have following, and I've been following from last 10 years. And trust me, F5 is in huge demand in market. Plus they have also added security and cloud certifications also, where it will help you to crack any interview related to cloud technology also. And these are the basic certification. These are advanced. Okay, that anyways, this is an introduction. I will keep asking you later on also about myself and other things. But this is my basic introduction, and I'm from Skilled Inspirational Academy. I've been teaching from last 5 years in this company and helping students to work in production environment plus crack any interviews in market. Now, let me go with random questions related to LTM first. I will cover some questions on LTM and some questions on WAF technology. My first questions to everyone is, please take care of the questions which I will ask, and this will be asked in live interview. Can F5 work without license? First question of the day is, if my license got expired, can F5 work? Let's say my expiration date of F5 is 20th of October 2023. After that, will my traffic get impacted or not? And how we get renew of the license? So answer for this question is F5 cannot work without license. So you need to be careful and you need to renew the license before it get expired. This is the first live questions which can be asked in an interview. And how we can renew the license? Let's go. So I will log in into my F5 and I will tell you some settings also which you can try. So how you can renew the license is, you need to go to System tab, License part, and then you need to go to Reactivate. Now, second question number 2. Where I need to enter the license key when I get the license key from F5? Do I need to enter on base registration key or in add-on registration key? So whenever you need to reactivate your license, you need to enter here. So you need to go here, click on add it, and you need to add the new key. Now, what is the difference between base registration key and add-on registration key? Very, very important question been asked in most of the interview. If you're working professional, I can test your knowledge by this question and I can select you on basis of these questions. So please be careful. At what time I should use base registration key? At what time I should use add-on registration key, guys? Let's say initially you got a license for LTM. Now in future, customer also want to use ASM module or GTM module or a WAF module. In this case, guys, you need to purchase an add-on key that is helpful. Very, very important question which will be asked in an interview, guys. Third question, guys. What is the difference between automatic activation method and manual activation method? When we talk about license part, what is the difference between automatic versus manual? When I talk about manual license activation method, guys, I will get a license key on my email and I will upload that manually. Automatic license will only work when F5 has an internet connectivity so that it can take a path from internet directory, guys. So these are the three questions which will be asked related to license part. Very, very important, guys. Now, fourth question, everyone. Let's say when I have to configure a management IP, does it impact my data plane or not? Let's say I need to update my management IP to something else. Does it impact any data plane traffic or not? Another important question. Don't worry, guys, my target to cover 100 questions in 10 days. And I'll make sure that everyone can crack any interview related to F5. If I got a task to update my management IP, will it impact my data plane traffic or not? Answer to this question is no. F5 has a dedicated management plane and F5 has a dedicated data plane. So this is the answer and the traffic flow when we talk about F5 load balancer. All the data plane traffic will go via this path and management plane traffic will be different. Even you are not able to access your GUI, guys. Still, your data traffic will not get impacted. Fifth questions of the day. What is the difference between full proxy versus my favorite question, full proxy? Question number 5. What is the difference between full proxy architecture versus forward proxy? Is F5 a forward proxy device or a full proxy device or a reverse proxy 5? Now, guys, this is a confusing question which can confuse you. Please remember, interviewer can confuse you also. So you need to make sure that you have positive attitude plus you have 100% confidence. Even you know basics, if you're clear with basics, you can crack any interview. So they can test your knowledge by confusing you. My question is F5 reverse proxy or forward proxy device or full proxy device? Anyone answer to this? Very, very careful, guys. So F5 answer to this is F5 is acting as a reverse proxy. It can act as a reverse proxy also, and you can say it can act as a full proxy device also. Very, very important. Okay. Question number 6. What is the default management? Very, very important. Another question. Default management IP of F5. Let's say I got a new F5 in my company. What is the default management IP of F5 for big IP hardware? So answer to this is 192.168.1.245/24. This is the default management IP of F5 when F5 comes new to your environment. Question number 7. See, I will starting from basic logic, then I will go to advanced. I want to protect my F5 management IP. My question is, I have done audit. Some person came in that how you are protecting your management IP since this device is exposed to internet. How you can protect, guys? What are the things you can do to protect your management IP? Answer to this lies is you need to first check port lockdown settings. First answer is you need to check whether F5 is only accessible via 443 and 22. It should not be exposed to internet through other data ports. I want my client to access my F5 management through 443 and 22. Very, very important, guys. So port lockdown, make sure that your client access to F5 should be either external or internal through 22 and 443. So how I can apply that security? So let's go into F5 and I will show you the option. 1 minute. So you need to go to network part. So where is the port lockdown setting? Anyone can tell me? Where I can see port lockdown settings. Let's say you get a GUI option. These questions can be also asked. Where I can see port lockdown settings in GUI. See, if you are saying that, sir, even let's say you're working as a 1 year professional, but you told your interviewer for package that you're working in F5 from 5 years. So they will test your knowledge by testing practically that where I can see port lockdown. Anyone in this screen, in which tab I can see port lockdown setting. So I will go to self IP. And here is the option and you can see port lockdown. See, I need to restrict my management IP, right? So I can use port lockdown setting to restrict it. And here you can select. If you are on external network, then you need to always select here allow none. Or you can say allow custom include default. Or you can allow custom with port number like 22 and 443. That is the best suggested thing to protect. What is the other protection you can apply? I want to make sure that my management IP of F5 should be accessible from 10.2.2.0/24 network. How I can see that and on which tab I can see. So you can go here to system tab. You need to go to configuration, device configuration, SSH. Is it correct, guys? I want to make sure that a management IP of F5 should be only accessible from 10.2.2.0 network. If someone is coming from another network, F5 should not be accessible. So where is it correct? I'm going into correct part. I don't know. You need to tell me where I can go and apply that protection. You tell me. Should I go to preferences? Should I go to platform? So answer is there is an option called in platform. You need to go to system tab, platform, and there is an option called SSH IP allow. Here you can select an option called specific range and you need to enter your IP address here from which subnet I can access my management IP. Very, very important. So these are the two ways you can protect. Now guys, can next question for you. What is the default username? Very good question to test your knowledge. Are you working? What is the default username and password of F5 through GUI and CLI? When F5 come, when you start configuration from scratch, what is the default username in GUI? Admin. What is the password? Admin. What is the default password and username in CLI? It is admin, username, and password is default. Guys, I need an answer. Is it correct or wrong? This is through GUI username, and this is the password. This is the username for CLI, and password is default. Is it correct or wrong? Let's test your knowledge here. You are working and in F5, you guys are expert now. Some people are new, they can ignore. So just 1 minute and try your answer. So answer is wrong. GUI answer is correct, but CLI, your username is always root. That is the correct answer. So guys, if I want to test knowledge, I will always start from basic knowledge to understand are you working or not in this platform. So this is the answer, guys. Okay, guys. Question number 8. Let's say I get an environment. Hey, Vidit, I am from XYZ company. Okay, please listen. I need to deploy F5 in my company. What are the questions you will ask from the customer? My customer XYZ from company reached out to me. I want to deploy F5 in my company. Can you help me to deploy? What are the 5 questions you will ask your XYZ company? Very, very important question, guys. Live questions from an interview. I have to deploy F5 in my company. What are the questions you will ask in an interview? First question is, do you want to deploy LTM module, GTM module, or you want to deploy all 3 modules? Now let's say customer says that with it, I only want to deploy LTM. Now what you will do? You will go to F5 and get a license key for LTM. Only this is the solution, or you need to go anywhere else? Once you get a license key, you will apply that. After applying, see, first thing is always is you will configure management IP, which I talked yesterday also. Second thing is you need to license your box. What is the third important thing which you need to get? So you need to go to resource provisioning tab in system and select LTM. So you need to go to resource provisioning. Now here my favorite question comes. What is the difference between dedicated, nominal and minimum? Now customer says, hey, I want to use LTM. Then I will ask, do you really want to use LTM, or in future you want to use ASM and GTM also? Now let's say customer says that in future I want to use ASM and GTM. Will you select nominal or dedicated in this case? Quickly guys, what you will select here? When you get this option, what you will select? So here you will always select nominal. If they want to use only LTM, they don't want to use dedicatedly ASM or GTM, then you go here and select dedicated. Very, very important question, guys. Now, question number 9. What are the default CPU memory you can allocate? Is it come with license, or you need to allocate anyone? When I say if it's an hardware F5 box, do I allocate CPU and RAM? Who decide on this part? So it is decided when answer to this is it is automatically decided when your sales team talk with your F5 engineer. So this thing you will see automatically allocated. So 10th question for you guys is F5 has multiple modules. One is LTM, one is GTM, one is ASM. Out of which module one is APM? So out of this, which module helps you to act as a default load balancer? Which out of these four modules provide L3 to L7 load balancer functionality? Is it LTM, or is it GTM, or is it ASM or APM? Please very, very careful guys. You need to understand all modules if you want to become expert in F5. Which module provide default L3 to L7 load balancer functionality? Answer to is LTM. And this is also called application delivery controller. Second question on this. Which of this module helps you to provide SSL VPN functionality? Out of which above F5 modules, LTM, GTM or ASM or APM, which functionality, which module helps to provide SSL VPN solution? I know Palo Alto, I know they provide, but out of this technology or this module, which of the module provides SSL VPN solution? Answer to this is APM, which is called Access Policy Manager. So this is the module which helps you to provide SSL VPN solution. Very, very important thing, guys. So you need to understand the things which can help you to troubleshoot also. Now let's have one pictorial question for you guys. Please try to understand carefully. This is my F5. This is I have two client. This IP is 10.10.1.30. This IP is 10.10.1.29. And I have a subnet called 10.10.0.0/16. I have one virtual server which is on port number 80. And IP address of my virtual server is 10.10.1.100:80. Source address I have given in my virtual server 10.10.1.30/32. Now my question is only one of the client from this network from 10.10.0.0/16, I have an issue that only one client is able to access my virtual server. Only one client is able to access the virtual server. So based on virtual server configuration, which module, which thing you need to decide so that this configuration issue gets resolved? Anyone? What is the answer for this? I have only one client who is able to access application based virtual server. Based on virtual server configuration, you decided to modify some settings so that this configuration get resolved. What is the answer for this, guys? I have multiple clients, right? What is the best solution to make sure that my both the clients should access? Out of this, only one client is able to access, guys. I want both the client should access my virtual server. Please carefully answer which of the component of your virtual server configuration you need to modify to make sure that this client or this client or any of this client should access my virtual server on port 80. Very, very important question related to exam also. So answer to this lies on your practical. You need to go to local traffic, virtual server. Most of the people ignore this because we do labs. So this is the answer. You need to modify this option. By default here, there is no source based restriction, but the question which I asked is there was a restriction, right? I was saying that my source IP is 10.10.1.30/32. So in this I have given this IP and destination I was giving. So only one client can able to access, but I want any client coming from 10.10.1.30 or 10.10.1.29 or 10.10.1.28 should able to access. So either I can assign subnet here, that is 10.10.1.24/30, because in that both the client will come into picture. Question number 12. In this, we have multiple types of virtual server. What is use? What is the true? If I select reject here, what is true about reject? I will give you 4 options. You need to tell me what statement is true about reject virtual server. Please carefully answer. I have A, it will process only UDP traffic. That there is a virtual server called reject virtual server. It will only press UDP traffic. Or will it return reset flag? That is the second option. Or it will only work as a forwarding virtual server. Or reject virtual server can enable full proxy architecture. Carefully answer out of this 4 options, which option is true about reject virtual server? Will it process UDP traffic, or will it return reset packet, or it will act as a forwarding virtual server, or it will act as a full proxy architecture, guys? Anyone? Answer to this is B. Always a reject virtual server will reset your packet. It means I will not allow any connection, guys. Now, next question is based on load balancing algo. So be very, very careful, guys. I will draw a picture for you. So I have a client, I have a load balancer. Client IP is 10.10.1.30 and network is 10.10.0.0/16. Virtual server IP is 10.10.1.102:22. And behind F5, I have carefully, this is 4 servers, or I will say 5 servers I have. Server 1, server 2, server 3, server 4, server 5. Server 4 and server 5, I have priority group. I'm giving one priority group to them. 5. Server 1, server 2, server 3, I am giving priority group 10. And in this priority group 10, both these server are down. These are red in color. From priority group 10, only server 1 is up. From priority group 5, server 4, server 5 is up. And I have given a condition in priority group activation that your value should be less than, there is a value which I have to give in priority group, less than value 2 available members. Please very, very careful answer this question. How F5 will, when F5 traffic client, he wants to access this virtual server, how F5 will distribute the connection? In this case, how F5 will distribute connection request to which servers? So option 1, none. Option B, server 4 and 5. Option number 3, server 3 only. Option number 4, server 1, 2, 3. Very, very important question, guys. I have 5 servers, 3 servers out of priority group 10, and 2 servers I have assigned on priority group 5. In priority group 10, server 1 is up, but these 2 servers are down. and these are red. And here both the servers are green. And condition I have given less than 2 available members. What would be the answer? Please, guys. Priority group activation depends on this feature. I have given that 2 available members. It should have 2 available members. Anyone on the chat who answer this? Sada, there is a person called Sada. And you are 100% correct. It will go to server 4 and 5. Excellent. Let's test one more practical question, guys. I hope you are liking it. I want to cover one more question. I have another pictorial. I have a client. I have an F5. I have 3 servers. Server 1, server 2, server 3. Okay. Client IP is 10.10.1.30. My virtual server is 10.10.1.102:80. Load balancing method I have given. Please carefully listen, guys. Least connection. Method I am giving, load balancing method is least connection. I have 4 options. First, action on service down. Ratio value. I can change ratio value. Slow ramp time. And priority group activation. Now my question is that your third pool member, which is server 3, it went from offline to available. Previously, only these 2 servers were up and this third member was offline. But after some time, the server 3 went from offline to available. You want that this third member should not get overloaded. I want that my third member should not be overloaded by slowly increasing the number of connection requests. Which feature should I enable so that all the new connection should not come to this? Anyone? Action on service down, ratio value, slow RAM time, or priority group activation? Very, very important question, guys. These questions are live, guys. You will not see anywhere from live experience which I am sharing. So anyone, which setting on F5 will make sure that it should not come immediately to this server? So answer to this is slow ramp time, guys. And how I can see? I'll go to F5. I'll go to pool where I can see that. I'll go to this pool. There is a feature called slow ramp time. So slow ramp time means that it is enabled by default. It makes sure that you will send request slowly to the pool member once it comes only after going down. So it makes sure that, let's say your slow ramp time is 10 seconds. So it makes sure that when it comes online, it will load balance 1 by 10 of the connection. So it controls the number of connections that are to be sent by new pool member. So if you want to see this feature, go to help. You need to understand slow ramp time. Just see this. Slow ramp time specifies the duration during which the system sends less traffic to newly enabled pool member. and it is only helpful for least connection load balancing algo. See, this is why these sessions are important. You cannot miss. Now, can we do one more question? It is interesting. I hope. I will draw a picture for you. I have SSH virtual server, which has, this is green. This is green. I have SSH pool. Pool status is also green. Then in this pool, I have server 1, server 2, server 3. Server 1 is also green. Server 2 is off red. Server 3 is also green. And this has IP 10.2.2.30 colon 22. This is 10.2.2.30 colon, sorry, 31 colon 22. This is having 10.2.2.32 colon 22. And here I can say this one is red. Then I see that what is the status of node of this? Node is having blue. Okay. Now, what causes red status? What are the reason that my status of pool member 2 is down? Anyone? A. Is it down due to node monitor? It is down due to pool monitor. This is red in color. Which setting make it red? Anyone? Third, manual offline. I have manually offline it. And fourth, I have manually disable. Which option makes this server red? What causes the status of this server to be red? It is due to node monitor, due to pool monitor, due to manual offline, or manual disable. See, every question or every answer which I have given in this option has some meaning. I have a red diamond. Here I have red diamond. My color is red and I have a diamond icon here. Which causes this? Anyone? Excellent, guys. Nitin and Avinash. Answer is pool monitor. Node monitor is blue, guys. Node monitor blue cannot confirm whether server is up or down. It is the pool monitor which have pool is nothing but IP plus port number. It is called pool member. But this is where I answer is pool monitor. So I think that is we have discussed 15 questions. So I have to stop here.